So, today we're finally here to talk about Sailor Moon, Sailor Star series versus Sailor Moon Cosmos. I might do this one slightly differently, but if you haven't already, check out those other Sailor Moon videos that I did. They'll be in the description box below, but we're just gonna get into it. Now, it starts off with Mamoru is going to study abroad for 1 year. It was a nice send-off compared to the other series. Because in that series, I don't know what they did. It was a dark room and just being really mean to Usagi. I mean, I guess it's because of the enemies, but still, it was just really dark and sad to look at that. If you know what I'm talking about. This was very much better. I liked what they did. It was very romantic. And later on, we have Sailor Galaxia turn Mamo into dust. Oh no. And something is making Usagi talk weird and be not herself. It's like something's not right. Haruka and Michiru are going back to high school. So that's new. Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, in the original series, they were not in school? Well, now I'm confused. I'm confused myself. Anyway, Sailor Pluto is the school nurse. And then we had Yaten. In this version, Yaten, one of the Sailor Starlights. He has more personality. Very different from his counterpart in Sailor Moon. Sailor Stars. And that's just about all I wrote for part 1. Not a lot happens in there. But then we get to part 2 of the movie. Starts off with Usagi leaving the cats, Luna, Artemis, and Diana, with her parents at home. But what made it a little ominous is when Usagi's mom started crying. Since she had a feeling that she wasn't coming back home. So, red flag there. Then we see her, Chibi, the Sailor Fighters, and their princess, Kakia. I still don't like how I said that. Travel to planets only to find out that Galaxia defeated the outer planets and are now nothing but sand or dust. We learn that Sagittarius, Zero Star, is the birth star or place for every star seed in their galaxy. All the Sailor Scouts. So that was interesting. Later on, we see Chibiusa, Rainy, as I know her from, you know, and learns that Diana went back to the past. There's a possibility that the abnormalities in the past are possible deaths of the Guardians. That was a sentence. So, of course, she decides to go back to the past as well with the Guardians, with her Sailor Quartet, if you remember from the previous movie or series. Back to Sailor Moon. We meet these other Sailor Guardians, Lethe and Nimosanian. I forgot how to say it, but, put on there. And they tell us about the desert rivers and tells us their story and why they're working with Sailor Galaxia. Things end up not looking good when the Sailor Starlights end up getting defeated, but luckily, Chibiusa and her quartet came just in time. During this reunion, we try to wonder who exactly is Chibi. She's a mystery. When we're up against the Sailor Gardeners, I know, they're Sailor Guardians and just Sailor everything in this. Crazy. Okay, we get to see Kakia, the princess of the Starlights, transform and get ready to fight. She's the guardian of planet Kinmoku, Sailor Kakia. Although she didn't really do a lot because she immediately got stabbed in the back. So that was unfortunate. But I liked her outfit. But But then what gets annoying is that Usagi is being delusional, even though we have Chibi Usa telling her that her friends are not real, they're imposters created by Galaxia. She literally says, please, they're trying to kill us. So, what are we doing? But I will say that the animation and the new moves they're using in this fight are top tier. Chibi Chibi is using full sentences and saying that this versus Sailor Moon is Sailor Moon's fight. I can't read my handwriting. So no one can interfere. But at least we see more Mamoru, even though he's being evil. Because, like, in the series, we only see him in that one episode, I guess, in the very beginning, where he's acting weird, and maybe then, at the very end, he comes back. But anyway, now, Usagi chases him down. It's finally time for her to confront Galaxia. Didn't like how Mamoru was all up on Galaxia, and then she kicked him out of the way. We see a glimpse of Galaxia's background and why she's the way she is. It's not good. So it's understandable. Villains are made, not born. Things are looking worse when Mamoru gets pushed and the Sailor Guardian's crystals disappear, which made Sailor Moon so go into despair and summon a new enemy called Chaos. But let's skip to the end, because if you didn't figure it out already, I don't know what's going on. The power of friendship solved everything. When you watch the second movie, make sure you watch until the very end, and because there's a little end credit scene there. And overall thoughts on the reboot. For the Sailor Starlight's arc, I prefer, of course, the series. The 90s version is better. I mean, for one thing, I enjoyed Seiya and Usagi's relationship better. The chemistry was there much better. Even though, of course, it's always going to be Mamoru and Usagi together forever. But I kind of like their little thing they had going on in the series. I mean, they did a little bit of it in the movies, but it doesn't compare to the other series, the 90s version. Because we even get to see them go on a little date. If you know, come on. You know you like it better. But anyway, with the reboot, I do love how Mamoru and Usagi are more affectionate with each other, and they're more romantic. Just like how, I love how we have, I'm just going to say, Michelle and Amara, because I'll put on their Japanese other names on there, because I can't remember right now. They are just awesome together. Not trying with this cousins bullcrap. Anyway, I think, so to sum it all up, the movies and just the reboot made the relationships more affectionate and better in some circumstances. But then you missed the fun out of what the filler did in the original series. I love it. So, once again, because I'm pretty sure I said it in the other videos as well, there's merit to watching the reboots and the original series. However, I think we should have done this arc, the Sailor Stars arc, instead of movies. This could have been a season 2. Should have made it a season. It would have seemed better to me. But anyway, comment down below. Make sure you check out my other Sailor Moon videos. I put them in the description box below for you. And tell me your thoughts. Go watch the movie first. You should still see it for yourself. And all your thoughts on Sailor Moon. Who's your favorite Sailor Scout? Between Sailor Jupiter and Sailor Mars. I don't know. They're all fun. Anyway, I'm Michaela. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't miss any of my videos in the future. and I will see you later.